Hey, everybody. Welcome to Popular Unknown Paintball podcast live. Great to see you guys all again. It's another Wednesday night, and I'm excited. Today, I have the Modern Day Pirates on with me. Not all of them because it's a global organization, but I have 3 people with me that I'm sure you're going to know, and a few other people may drop in and out because I sent out a few invites, but who's to know who's going to show up, who isn't going to, because, you're dealing with pirates. They make their own rules, and that's one of the reasons why I love them as much as I do. Before we get started, though, I just want to make a quick shout out. If you guys get the chance, swing over to the Ali Remembered Foundation page, which is aliremembered.org, and swing over to the Denver Expendables, because there is a charity game happening in Denver on July 11th, and I'm going to do my absolute best to be there. Looks like the borders are going to open, so I'm going to try my best to be in Denver. So if anybody wants to meet me or they want to help a good cause and help try to end domestic violence, swing out there. In the meantime, you guys didn't come here to listen to me talk. You came to hear about the Modern Day Pirates. So I'm giving you Modern Day Pirate number 1, Truck himself. Hey, Billy, how's it going?
Hola. How are you doing?
I'm great. And we've got Wheeze in California. Everybody can remember Wheeze. And we got Hanu.
Hey, how's it?
How is this for a collection of misfits? I didn't want to call you guys misfits because of the team. I was like misfits, scofflaws, but and we've got somebody from MDP, Alabama. We got Georgia checking in. That's awesome.
Where's my
Hey, Andy.
315?
What was that?
Check it in. 315 needs to check in. But, talking about misfits and the paintball team, I mean, Billy plays on the misfits. So that was, that's all due course. And then I played, one tournament with you, which was kind of awesome. We never played together. So
yeah, we got to do that. And half the misfits are order members, actually. There's at least 5, I think 6. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, then I can use the term misfits, and that's great.
Yeah, it's legal.
Just so you guys know, we are live on my group page. We are live on my YouTube channel. We are live on my Twitch channel. And we are live on Paintball Media Magazine's Facebook group, which has about 40,000 people. So hopefully some of them check in. But I think we're doing pretty good.
I'll see if I can figure out how to share this on all our MVP shit, too. Right?
Well, when it's done, I can just give you guys the YouTube link, and that way it's easy to find and it can be shared whenever. So anytime anybody ever wants to hear about it, it's going to be easy to find. Oh, Andy Starr just says 303 just checked. So my reasoning for calling you guys all together today is because in my travels and when I talk to a lot of people, not everybody fully understands what the Modern Day Pirates is, which I think is sad, and I want to change that. So I wanted everybody to know what you guys do, why you guys created the organization. I mean, Truck, I know you're the main man behind the driving force behind it. But it's just this awesome organization, and I don't think everybody fully understands what you guys do behind all the parties and playing and stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of charity work and everything that you guys do as well. So Billy, I'm going to ask you first, what made you want to create the Modern Day Pirates right off the bat?
Do you want an answer that's 3 hours long, or you want an answer that's 5 minutes long? I mean, it's kind of a culmination from experiences in my life where you call it tribalism, I guess. And these days, some people believe that could be bad, but I think it's good when people find their tribe, right? And I would find pieces in different circles I moved through, but it was never in one place.
Right.
And, until I really started hanging out with like Rocky, MB, Pax, Miko, Papa, Troy out of South Africa. When we started really getting tight, I started to really feel that again. And I started to see, prior to that, just in paintball, mainly a lot of guys and gals that had common interests, right? I mean, they loved it. If you played paintball, you most likely hunt, fish, rode motorcycles. You're just an outdoorsy asshole that like to do all this shit, right? And
Amen.
And I don't know. And then there was this other part where I read this book back in about 2003, 2004 about the Scottish Enlightenment movement, and that really moved me to want to try and bring some people together to do some good. And then when Rock showed up with the fucking MDP tattoo, I said, "Hey, we got a name for this, you know," and it's got a vibe, and it has, you know, je ne sais quoi. It has something you can't really describe. Right. It's so fucking real, you know. So that's, I mean, that's really about the nutshell, and the reason I created it was because I needed it. Selfish as it fucking gets, right?
Yeah. Hey, I hear you. I mean, that's why I created the podcast, was because I'd been out of it for so long, and I missed this. Like, I missed talking to really cool people and meeting cool people and reaching out, and the travel and all. Like, I just missed the life, and this was my way of recreating it. So I get you. I totally understand.
Yeah.
So Hanu, why did you join the MDP? How long have you been involved?
Not quite right from the beginning, but Billy told me about it pretty early in the process of what he was doing. And it was really exciting for me because I was looking for it without realizing that's what I was looking for. There was always this, the best thing that kind of keyed me into why I liked and wanted to get involved into it is there's this like group inside the group. Like, we all play paintball, we all do this, but then there's this little group inside of just like-minded people that just all have this same kind of vibe going. And you can, like Billy said, you can basically spot each other without even realizing it. You don't even have to have a conversation with certain people, and you can just tell that, you know, this dude's a certain kind of person. And
a fellow weirdo.
Yeah, you can vibe with this person like right off the bat just by just watching them for 5 minutes. You're like, yeah, me and this dude are going to be great friends. I can tell right now. And I don't even know him yet, but I just know what's going to happen. And I love to traveling and paintball and motorcycles and all the stuff, like Billy said. And not all my friends do. And so it was one of those things that, you know, there's stuff that I couldn't explain or talk about with some of my other friends because they just didn't get what I was saying, and all it is make them look at me like I was some kind of nutbag because it didn't make sense what I was trying to explain. I don't have to explain it to these guys; they actually explained it to me. You know what I mean? So it was great.
What about you, Weez? What brought you into the fold?
You know, a lot of it's kind of like, you know, a little bit what Billy said is, you know, we all go through tough times. We all are always searching for that something, and you know, family is key, man. And family is not always about blood.
Got that right.
That look out for you and take care of you and support you, you know, through the good times and the bad times. It's not that blood doesn't do that, but blood isn't always there, man. And so, you know, growing up and going through a lot of tough times when I was a kid, and you know, paintball kind of was that vice for me for a lot of years. And when paintball went away, I missed it, man. And I needed something more. Oh, I got somebody joining me.
Nice. Hey.
So
the smart one.
When paintball went, you know, I missed that. I missed that support mechanism that I could call up anybody at any time, and they totally take care of me and help me out, or just somebody to listen to, man. So when I saw Trucker and these guys down at it was Hooters, I think, in Rancho Cordova, and Hanu, it was your event, which is fun,
right?
All together. But
Hollywood buying shots for the bar.
Yeah, just all hanging out, having a good time, and just relaxing. And you know, it's like I was talking to Rocky. I'm like, damn, dude, I need that jacket. Guess what, motherfuckers? I got mine. You know, so for me, dude, it's just getting back and just having close friends, man. I'm an extrovert, so I love people, and you know, I love helping people, and this is everything that I believe in, everything that I do. You know, so it was what, the best drunk purchase we ever did.
That's what we say.
And Billy, I know you got something to say to that.
Best mistake you'll ever make.
Right?
That's what the order is. The best mistake you'll ever make. So
Yeah.
That's awesome. Before we get away, with Weez, just with you helping people, I just want to say this one more time. I mean, I know we've thanked you to death, but on behalf of the Ali Remembered Foundation and the Denver Expendables, what you did by custom making that skateboard, with having all the Iron Men sign it and sending it out to our teammate Snow that got mugged and had his skateboard stolen. That was the greatest thing. Like, that's why I love paintball as much as I do. And it's one of the reasons why I like the MDP as much as I do, because that's it's what I want. I think everything should be. And so I just wanted to mention it one last time. Thank you so much on behalf of the Ali Remembered Foundation and on the Denver Expendables for helping our teammate. I thank you.
Yeah, for sure, man. It was my pleasure. I didn't do it by myself. I did a lot of the woodworking and stuff like that, but the support I got from the team. But I mean, that's what MDP is about. It's not about, where you're at in your life and what's going on. It's stepping up and it's helping people and it's making a difference. And that's what we try to do. Sometimes the difference is this. Sometimes the difference is this. It doesn't matter. It's stepping up and it's getting out of your comfort zone and it's doing something to help somebody else. And that's, community is one of our core values. And I'm sure Billy will talk about every one of our core values, but that is one of our core values. And, going back to your original question, that is one of the things that brought me to it is community has always been something that we do, and we will continue to do it.
Yeah. Well, again, I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that and said thank you. Just because, like, how can you skip like a story like that? Like, I mean, one of our teammates, literally a young teenager, gets beaten and pistol whipped, like literally, for a skateboard. And
yeah, and it was funny because Andy called me up and said, hey, would you guys be interested in helping out? And I'm like, absolutely. And I said, so what's going on? He kind of gave me the background, the story, and he's like, skateboard stolen. I'm like, okay, so does he do longboards? Does he do, competition skate? What does he do? And he's like, no, it's longboard. I'm like, oh, I got an idea. But not only did we get him a skateboard, a longboard, but then we made him the one.
Right.
And I had a jig that I made way back when, and I was able to leverage that jig a little bit to make it. And we had a guy down in the Bay Area that totally helped out. And I mean, he's an artist, tattooist, and he hand painted the whole logo, which was pretty awesome, dude.
It was. I've only seen pictures. Hopefully I'm able to make it out to Denver in July. Hopefully the borders open up, and maybe I'll see it first place. Snow, if you're watching, I want to see the board.
There.
Pardon?
I'm supposed to be there, so.
Well then, hey, the rest of you guys coming too? Come to Denver?
Come on, Billy, let's go, Hanu.
I'm not making any promises.
Yeah, please come to Denver.
You never know. I've been dying to get up there, but man, scheduling right now is such a nightmare.
Oh yeah, no doubt. So Weez mentioned the core values of MDP. Billy, do you want to take it since you wrote it?
I had help. Adventure, charity, community, mentorship, and self-improvement, because these are all positive aspects of this game we play called society. And with those, regardless of your religious background or whatever, we're only talking about morality here. We're choosing to be moral people and move the right direction. So there's no chance for us to get lost in the details of bullshit between religion and politics and government and all that shit. It's just keep it all on the positive note or skip it. It's that simple, right? I mean, there's enough negative in the world. And, as goofy as this sounds, I think I was probably around 30, 35. And I was like, I need to set one goal, like one important goal in my life before I die. And as goofy as this sounds, I'm like, I want to help our species. If it's a millimeter in the right direction, that's what I want to do before I die. If it's a millimeter in the right direction. And I think we did that with this, and I think it's going to continue to do more, and just putting people in the right mindset. I think it helps a lot, really. I mean, just for your day to day. Anybody want to add on that?
Go ahead, Hanu.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the big things that we get to do as part of this is like the skateboard thing that you did, Weez, and the 2-on-1 guys up in Chicago had done some charity work with like the red, white, and blue Bruise guys, get the vets out in those track chairs to play paintball and stuff like that. It's just the little things you can do to put forward a positive attitude. I mean, I actually remember that I was out visiting Billy and we went to a restaurant and they had a big sign right on the door. You couldn't have colors or anything like that. And Billy actually explained to the guy at the door that it wasn't about a biker club. It was this adventure thing. And what we did, and the guy was seemingly impressed enough, he let Billy keep his vest on. I mean, like, to me, that was pretty cool that you were able to, you can articulate what this thing is and people get excited about it. And they don't even really know what it is just by the little bit you tell them, but they get excited at what you're trying to do.
Absolutely. And that's the whole reason why I wanted to do this show, is because while I'm not a member, hopefully someday soon, but while I'm not a member, what was that, Amy?
Got your back. It's going to happen one day.
I fully plan on it. It's just at this time with life being crazy, it's not in my cards. And if you haven't noticed, I'm a little on the busy side myself trying to make things happen. But I really wanted you guys to have the opportunity to get this out and really let people know who you are and what you do. And by the way, I'm so glad you got to join us, Amy, because there is a female part to the MDP. So MDP is guys only, but there is... I'll let you, Amy, tell the other half, or am I misunderstanding?
Yeah, MDP is everybody. Like our gear, we don't care what you want to call yourself or anything like that. We got guys that wear the girl shit. We got girls that wear the guy shit, and vice versa. And half the time it's a joke, half the time it's for real, and no one gives a shit. What I mean?
Okay, I honestly thought that there was a dividing line there. So,
and the only reason we set that precedent was because some of the communities that we intertwine with frown upon ladies having any position or anything like that. So, and then with them wearing the same stuff that we do, if there was altercations, then they might become subject to their end because
fair enough.
They look like the guys, right? So we create a separate thing so they don't look like the guys. That was the only reason for that.
Fair enough. Well, what is the female logo called? Because I know the word beauty's in there, but it's on the tip of my tongue. But I'm gonna let you spell it out, Amy.
It is. We're the beauties.
Right, but isn't it 2 words?
It's just beauties.
Oh, okay.
That's
Proud
it.
beauties.
Well, yeah, we're proud beauties.
Yeah,
You're
the proud beauty.
Yeah, Lonnie's here too.
Hey, Lonnie.
Hi.
Ready,
Pull up a chair. More people. Better.
But it's amazing because, for women, we are different than men. And what's super cool is that we have these connections as like an entire family. I like to call us a family. We have relationships with men, women, and the women can have their own relationships, which is cool because, we're our own species sometimes. So it's super cool to have people to get what you're going through, and the support is amazing. But at the same time, honestly, some of the men that I talk to are just as supportive, if not more than even some of the others. So it's not really about man versus woman. It's about we're all a family, but it is super cool to have both sides and to have both sides respected, appreciated, and loved.
Absolutely. All right. So MDP basically started within the paintball community, correct? For the most part. I know it's not exclusive to the paintball community, but it's got its foundation in the paintball community. Now, Billy, you're relatively famous. Obviously, I know that you're an Iron Man and you've played with the Misfits and stuff like that. But who are the most famous team, or what are the most famous teams that you've played for? So that people that are just learning about this will know who you are.
I don't know that I've played for any famous teams, to be honest. I'm just I've played with a lot of. I've won a lot of trophies on pickup teams, to be honest. It's ridiculous, like that. Rocky, Pax, and Miko have done a lot of damage, and then you just throw in any of the other guys whenever we get together. And, before that, I played on a lot of Dye sponsored teams and first got sponsored by Dye and JT in '98. And
Right.
they were individual sponsorships, not team sponsorships. So wherever
cool.
I did, yeah. Because I've always been, I don't know what to call it other than a hybrid, because I started playing paintball in 86, 87 and did not touch or have any interest in tournament paintball until 98. So I was just a woods ball, rec ball player. And it was some buddies I worked with were like, you need to come do this for trophies and fuck people up. And I'm like, all right, cool. Sounds fun. Let's go. And that's really how it started, and then the scenario scene got big and I started playing all that. So, I've always just kind of just bounced around and had fun with it. I didn't really worry about, most of my teams were, they were drinking teams with a paintball problem than anything, but I played on some pretty good ones. We had San Diego Ravenous, which was we were actually supposed to be a amateur team. And that year, NXL, and we were just moving into X-Ball. We played World Cup 2003 as Velocity, which was D2, 137 teams. We got 7th. It was our first X-Ball event ever. So not bad. But we had a falling out with Velocity at the time. We went back to Ravenous, SDR, and we decided we're going to step up to the amateur bracket. Well, NXL and they're all knowing power decided to create a franchise pro and a non-franchise pro, and that's what the amateur bracket became. So we were playing against Dynasty, Naughty Dogs, everybody under the sun, and it was a very humbling experience as a paintball player, let me tell you, because as far as X-Ball goes, I think we won 2 matches in 6 tournaments. That was rough, right?
I've never won a match in my life. I kid you not. I've been on team after team after team. I was always a filler. I was always bouncing around. I'm one of the few Canadians that had personal sponsorship, but because I was always going to wounded team after wounded team after wounded team just to fill the roster, I've never won a thing. I've never seen the podium once. I've got sportsmanship awards.
Hey. Did you have fun?
That's it.
Right? Did you have fun?
Oh, I had a great time. How can you not have a great time having barrel manufacturers call you up and go, your hotel room's paid for, your paint's paid for, everything's paid for. Just get your ass here.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with a little help. That's for sure.
I miss those days, man. I miss those days.
Then probably one of the most interesting teams I ever played on was 2002 10-man. Was Team Vivid, and that was Vivid Porn. We were sponsored by the porno company, and they sponsored very well. Like everything, man, it was really good. And, yeah, and it was funny. So we're playing Vegas 2002 10-man, and I'm back left corner shooting wire, and Davey Williamson, I remember reffing it, and Davey's like, "Hey man, you can hook me up with some tapes. I can hook you up with some shit too." I'm like, "I got you, man." I go streaking down the tape. Oh yeah.
Oh,
it was a good time. Again, that tournament was running like 3 hours behind. Standard.
Now,
tournament.
Wheeze, you're most famous for your time on the Ironman and Avalanche, correct?
Yep, that's correct.
And Hanu, where is most of your playing experience?
All scenario ball.
Really?
I'll play in scenario ball. The only time I've ever played a tournament is when our friend, one of our MDP brothers, Nick Pagonis, wanted to get out on and play in one of the last Chicago PSP events. He wanted to get out there, so we put a team together, and I went out there and played tournament ball. But I played just rec ball, like Trucker, up until the very first Living Legends. I showed up to that one to check out what scenario ball was compared to just regular rec play, and never left. I did that one. I came back the next year, started doing local scenarios, got kind of well known, had some pretty good success at Legends, so started getting on stage, winning prizes and awards and stuff, and the rest is history. Now I run it.
Yeah. But you still play as well.
Yeah, I still get out. It's in the fine print that you don't get out quite as much as you'd like anymore because you spend so much time kind of working on your own games and stuff.
Right.
But we're in a good spot now where, especially like this dreaded one, I'm going to actually bring my gear up and jump in on Final Battle.
Nice. So, let me go back to Billy for a sec. So, with MDP, how big is it? I know that it's international, but how big is it? How many teams?
Teams?
Well, just teams, crews. Like, you tell me, my friend. This is a learning curve here.
Yeah, well, I mean, so you don't have to be a member of a crew. Like, so the order is a vetting process, and to be a member of the order, you get vetted, and the reason you get vetted is so we can trust you to do our work and to represent us in a proper manner, and to also be part of the social side of it, obviously the tribe and, you know, the social network that we have. So there's that. And an individual can join. You do not have to be a member of a crew, but we do have crews also formed in different areas. And then the crews also start little rivalries between each other for charity and gameplay and all kinds of other fun shit. Even, I think they even got some like online gaming clan battles or some nerd shit. I don't know. I can't keep up with all of it anymore, to be honest, but right at 300 members around the world, order members. Our Facebook page has 5,000 supporters. We post a bunch of funny shit and stuff like that. The thing is, you know, like, well, for example, on the charity stuff, we don't really, like, lack of a better term, like, toot our own horn. It's not like, hey, look, this is what we did. We do the shit, and that's just what we do. You know, I can name off all kinds of stuff that we do, but I just, for me personally, it's just not how I work. You know, so I just leave it where it is. But we do a lot of charity. You know, we do a lot of charity. So yeah, and at the end
highly
of the
remembered foundation.
So.
Whisper.
It's all about the heart, man. And that thing is to Billy's point is we don't toot our horn when we go out there and go do stuff. It's because we do it because that's what we enjoy and we want to make a difference. But we don't do it to say, hey, look at me. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, my crew, we go out and we do, you know, the Special Olympics every year. But we don't advertise it. It's we do it because we love it and we're helping somebody else out, and that's why we do it, man.
But on that, you know, like when we do stuff down here in San Diego, I do put it on our local page and stuff and say, hey, if you want to come participate, like we have the order. But we also have what we call the Vanguard, which is, you would be included in that, Steve, which is just anybody who wants to consider themselves a pirate, you're welcome to do so, right? But to be an order member, there is steps, you know.
Right.
Like I said, it's a vetting system, you know. If we're going to put our shit on you, our crest, our family colors, you know, that's you know, you got to be vetted. We got to know you're a legit good person, you know. And people, not everybody's perfect. Everybody's made mistakes, and we understand that, but you know, it's we got to have a common line right. You know, across the board for everybody, so we know where we're starting from and what we're working with. It seems to be working so far, right? When
I was reading about the MDP, there's 3 levels, if I remember correctly. There's the Vanguard, which you said, which is just the average person that wants to be involved and help out and do what they can. Mm-hmm. Then there's the Order, which is legit members that have a little more input as to what's going on and has the ability I'm assuming has the ability to vote on certain things and whatnot. And then there's, and I can't remember what the top tier is, which obviously Truck you're part of, that it's sort of like Fight Club. You're not allowed to ask about it, but there's this one top tier as well. And I can't remember what the top tier is called.
No, well, the controlling representative party is the helm, and
that's it.
Anybody can eventually become helm. And really, like, originally it was just me picking people I trusted and new members to get a new perspective. And obviously this was very organic. There was no map or guidelines for any of this stuff. So we've been making it up as we go, and there's been a lot of trial and error with everything, you know, but we're in a good place with it. And the way things are starting to work now is, so currently we're getting basically a scope of work together and giving it a name and who wants to take this on. And if you're going to take that scope of work on, you need to be a helm member because you're going to be in the meetings and all that shit. Because we don't bug the general order population with all our nitpick bullshit. We do allow them to watch helm meetings, but there's just not enough time for all the input. There's never more than 33 helm members, and that's just basically we're keeping it at 11% of the actual body. That's basically what that is. So
cool.
Yeah.
All right. And so Wheeze is part of the Kraken crew. Now, Hanu, do you have a crew that you're a part of, or?
Yeah, when we were up in Chicago in the Midwest area, we were part of the Midwest crew that we had up there. But now that we've moved down to Florida, we went to basically what's kind of considered Flying Dutchman and Siren, which is you're part of everything, but you're not part of a crew.
Oh, okay.
Like independent.
Yeah.
And Billy, like are you part of a specific crew, or are you above that?
Founding member of the first crew, 311 San Diego. Yeah. This was the first crew. Second crew was Florida. Third crew was London, Ontario, Canada, with Kevin Gibson and those guys. A bunch of really good cats up there. Rick Harris, Nick Tremblay. We got a bunch of great Canadian representation. Justin, shit, yeah.
Yeah, I've met a few of them, but it's been a long time because I'm just in Toronto, right? So, but I don't get London way very often.
Right on.
It's a 2-hour drive, but still, it's.
Well, if you want to get even farther, we got them up in like Newfoundland and Quebec. So.
No.
That's Graham Pichardi's up there, and then I think Justin's somewhere around there. But I can't keep up with all the geography.
Dave, what is your favorite? What's the most favorite thing you've done with MDP since you've joined? Like, is there something that stands out more than anything else?
I wouldn't say so much anything that I've done since I've been part of MDP. I would say it's more of what I've received being a part of MDP. And so being a part of MDP, it goes back to just needing something. The support mechanism within MDP, we're a bunch of clusterfucks. I mean, there's no better way to say it. I mean, we are. You got your very smart people. You got your people that aren't. You got your people that just, hey, if you want to build something, you go do this. You want to, go play paintball. Here's how you do it. We are just a vast difference within all of us. And so for me, like if I'm struggling, it doesn't matter what I'm struggling in. I just throw something out there and the support is just unbelievable. So for me to say, hey, this one thing in MDP is the key for me. It's not that. It's the support. I can reach out to anyone at any time, and they're always there, no matter what time of the night. And Billy, I know you don't like my phone calls. I'll keep calling him and calling him and calling him. Billy, pick up. But that's.
I'll be high as shit, staring at the stars, being like, I don't need no voices right now.
That's the shit that we do, man. So for me, dude, it's just the love and the support that's out there. Like if I was in trouble and say I broke down in Florida, I could just post something on MDP and say, hey, I'm in Florida. I broke down. I lost my credit card. My wallet got stolen. And you'd be amazed at the amount of people that would not only say, I live here, I can come pick you up, you have a place to stay, or, hey, I can send you a couple bucks if you need it. It's not that, we're a charity and we just hand money out. It's more of that support mechanism that somebody's willing to help you out. And
we're all very real people on budgets, just like anybody else. There's no doubt
right.
about that, and some of us struggling way harder than others, especially with this current situation. So,
oh yeah.
Sorry,
Dave. It's about that love and that support that's unconditional. I can't tell you how many people I've harbored at my place when they're coming through town. Billy's. Yeah. I mean, that's what we do. We harbor people, they come through town, we help them out, that's just what we do, man.
One of our founding members, Porno Matthew Schuster, just moved from San Diego back to North Carolina. He had him and his mom, and they were pulling a trailer on his vehicle, and he didn't stay in a hotel the whole way. He stayed with order members all the way across the country, right?
What's that tell you?
Right.
That's awesome.
I back in May of last year, almost exactly a year to the day, actually. I think I was done around the 25th or some shit on that ride. I did a loop, 1,400 miles, never left the state of California, but part of the loop was basically I just stopped and visited order members all along the way. Never paid for a hotel room. The biggest problem was we had a party every night, everywhere I got, and I'm 46 years old, man. And by the third night, I was so fucking wiped out because we're up till 2 a.m. drinking, talking shit, war fucking story bullshit, you know. And then ride 500 miles the next day, fucking do it again. Ride 500 miles the next day, do it again. I'm like, shit, I gotta go home so I can stop relaxing. Fuck.
Hey, broke you in on day 4, Billy.
I know, right? Fuck, dude. Yeah.
Well,
and he
we had
rode,
an epic
Weeze rode, what'd you ride? Fucking 400 miles or some shit, right? That day, just to ride with me?
More than that, because not only did I just go to one location with you, but then I went to Ian's in Santa Cruz and came back.
Yeah. So you may have been close, because I think it was 271 one way or some shit. So it was a good loop for you. You know, good thing your bike does 190.
Hey, Santa Cruz to the house in 2 hours and 50 minutes. Just don't tell me why.
Yeah, right.
I hate to tell you this, Weeze, but you're live and it's recorded.
I watch it too. I'm fucked.
So no, I think what I was actually trying to ask is I know that a couple of years ago I saw posts on the MDP Facebook group, and you guys were in the desert, and there was like dune buggies, and there was the NDP flags, and I don't know if it was like, it looked like Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome or like Road Warrior kind of stuff. And I think it was a paintball tournament, but I don't know if it was a paintball tournament. Like I don't know what that was, but it looked awesome. And I wished I was there. What was that?
Well, see, I'm the one that was there, so I guess I'll talk about it. That was Wasteland Weekend. That's a Mad Max themed festival, kind of similar to Burning Man, with a lot of fuck yous to everybody, which is awesome, right? I mean, that's
fair enough.
That's how you say hi. And I never felt more at home than the 5 days I was because I was incredibly rude to people and they appreciated it. It was awesome. It was so good. It was so good. But the weirdest experience I've ever had in my life, and I've had a lot of really weird experiences, but it was amazing, absolutely mind-blowing. We're going back 2021, definitely going to be back there next year. So got a project vehicle out in the carport for it. It's going to be good. Anybody wants to come along?
What kind of project vehicle?
Well, right now we have a Volkswagen Jetta, but I've decided we're going to get rid of that and probably buy a old Explorer or Blazer, or maybe an old Jeep, just some kind of shit box, but something that's a little easier to convert for the wastiness than the Jetta.
Well, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, nice. You're sideways, bro.
All right, so this thing I'm going to kick from the studio.
There you go.
There we go. So I kicked one gas and we got Weeze back.
I mean, you have the actual Wasteland Weekend, had the actual vehicles from the movie there, plus vehicles people have built themselves. Plus, there's all kinds of different shows, exhibits, bands, concerts. There's a movie theater, an air-conditioned movie theater out in the middle of the desert, where you can watch the Mad Max movies and a bunch of other post-apocalyptic movies. And that's running like 24 hours. The people are super cool. I didn't know what to expect when I got there. It actually turned out it was a bunch of like Hollywood special effects folks, are basically who started it, and they're just out there showing off their personal work and having a good time. And it makes for a hell of a party, I'll tell you. Now,
so the best way to describe MDP then would be a group of adventurers. Is that a fair statement, or a community of adventurers, or how would you describe the club, group, whatever?
We call it an adventure society because it's dumbed down, easiest way to put it out there. But we're free thinkers and thrill seekers, man. That's really what it comes down to. It's 100%. We're just all about living life and having a passion for life and helping people realize they need to have a passion for life. That's really the biggest thing. There's so many missed opportunities for people that,
now, does MDP actually create its own events, or is that like a crew thing, or is that just something you guys don't do at all?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We do our own stuff. That's actually starting to ramp up even more. We did Vegas February last year had, I don't remember, I think it was 70, 75 pirates from all over the world show up for that one out of our order crew. Plus we had some Vanguard there, like 15 or 20 Vanguard there. So really good time. I mean, yeah, 3 days in Vegas with those pirates. Let me tell you.
It was epic, and there's things we can't talk about.
I saw the pictures, but was that just like let's call it a family get together, for lack of a better word? Or like what I meant though is like, do you guys do like a paintball event or whatnot, or those are just like gatherings?
Well, we have, so like Mary and James put together a paintball event that is for kids. It's all charity donations for the kids to be able to come out and play. That's all MDP. Scuba and the NorCal guys have helped with that. They've run a few clinics that way and run different scenarios. I think Hanu might know a little more about that because I know they've done it out at Black Ops, and which is actually a field owned by an order member. We have a lot of order members that are in the industry. As far as paintball goes, would be it field owners, store owners, employees and manufacturer, retailers, and promoters like DJ.
Well, that was sort of what as I'm getting to know MDP more and more, it's almost like it's a not so secret society within paintball.
Well,
you know what I mean? If that makes any sense, there's no secret to it.
It's not secret. All our rules and regulations are right out there for the world to see, and that's on
right.
Purpose. We don't hold anything back. There's no, like I said, there's no exclusiveness. Like you're a non-order member is welcome to come to every event we do, except for when we have an order meeting. That's it.
Right. And that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying though, like as I've been to the last few NXL events, and I'll go here, I'll go there, I'll be like, there's an MDP logo. There's an MDP logo. You'll be looking behind the booth, it's like, there's another one. Yep. There's another one. Well, and it's just sort of like
behind the booth, because it's like all the people that are behind the scenes getting everything done. Yeah, they're pirates. So.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a not so secret society.
That's how those get-togethers happen. Like even at our games, Trucker doesn't make every one of our games. Neither does Wheeze, but somebody from MDP does. So there's representation everywhere you go. Yeah. We do a bunch of motorcycle rides. We did a Dragon Tail, we did Sturgis and stuff like that. Not everybody can make it, but you know that when you put something like that up, a certain group of people go, yeah, I can do that. So you can go as like, I would never go do Sturgis, just me and Lonnie. But knowing that a group of MDP people were going, I'm like, there, I can go with this group of people. I can have a great time. I've got a nice little clique to hang out with. So I can kind of just, I don't have to plan the whole thing out or anything like that. I can just be part of it. And I can just kind of free spirit around and get lost, and somebody will come find me, and we just kind of have fun with it. And that's the best part of it. And it's the same at paintball games, is a certain amount of MDP will show up. And like we always said, like you said, it's a group inside the group. So we're all having a great time at this event, but there's always a couple moments that are just sort of MDP centric stories that we can leave from that event laughing about or joking about, or wow, that was terrible, I can't believe that happened, or whatever. But it's fun memories with this little group, and no matter who shows up, they're part of the club.
Yeah,
nice. I know that I've seen, and I'm not going to name any names because I have nothing but the utmost respect for them, but I know I've gone to a couple events where they've had groups from multiple areas, and just because you're wearing the patch of this group, they don't really get to know other people that are wearing that patch. But I noticed that with MDP, when you guys see each other, it's automatic. Like, it's like, you're my buddy. And like, I see that from afar, and that's from the outside looking in. And I respect and love the hell out of that too. So,
well, that's that je ne sais quoi. That's that, that intangible, that mystic that is to this thing. And the only reason is plain and simple. The order members want this to exist, so it exists. They want it to be like this, so it's like this. If they didn't, then it wouldn't. And that's the best part about it. It's real. It's organic. We're not just contrived. We're, And the thing is you can join the order. If you're a cunt or a dick, well, guess what? You're gonna get bounced. There's no way. It's happened. It's happened. I mean, you don't just show up to fucking stir the pot. We're all here to be cool and get along, you know.
I got to be honest with you. I took a little too much enjoyment out of going through your page a couple months ago, or a month or so ago. I don't remember exactly when it was, but it was recently. And I was reading all the people that were asked to leave and the wordings. Like, it was always very vague, but I was getting enjoyment. I was like, oh, I don't know what he did, but that's hilarious.
Yeah, we do have. So that's so the world and order members know if we've had someone leave and under what circumstances. And but not everybody on that list left under, you know, a lot of them left under their own, you know, they just decided for them or whatever it was. But there was also people who have had infractions to the code, and we can't. It's not cool. You know, that puts everybody else at risk. So
with the code, what do you guys think are some of the most important things about the code that you guys want to get out there?
I'll let these guys go first. I've been talking enough.
I mean, you know, it really comes down to, you know, all could join, but not all can stay, right? So,
right.
You know, and that's the motto, man. We have it both. Those that love it, we carry it on our fucking heart, right? You know, so, you know, it just comes down to, you know, if you believe in it and you want to make it better, and you know, to Billy's point, it's organic. You know, it's what we make it. It's like, you know, I talked to Billy and I talked to some of their MDP guys. I'm like, so, you know, what do we do? How do we do it? And it's like, well, we just naturally grow it, man. Mm-hmm. You know, if you sit here and try to articulate or say it's one thing, it's going to change tomorrow, man. That's what's so cool about it. It's dynamic. It's always changing. We're always trying to make things better. But really, at the end of the day, it's about what we do, man. It's living to the core values, you know.
I think if you asked every order member what the order is, you would hear a lot of commonalities across those statements, but you would also hear some very different stuff because it's very individualized. You know, people have found very unique niches with other order members, you know. Yeah. So like I said, it's the best way I could, if I'll tell you straight up, you know, I grew up in a church community, and I don't, as much as I loved those people, and I still do, and I'm still friends, and thank God I got out of that, you know, that's not where I'm at, you know, in my personal spiritual thing. I don't want to pretend to know answers to shit. You know, if I don't know, then I'm willing to say I don't know, and I'll wait till I do know. Right? It's that simple. Right. And when you take that away and keep the love and the community of that, and that's what the MDP is, right? All we know is we're pirates. That's it, man. You know, it's that simple. Yeah.
And I think one of our key things that we always say is we're not above you, we're not below you, but we're right beside you.
That's it.
Which means we're all equal. It doesn't matter what color, what race, what religion. None of that shit matters, man. We're not here. We're not here. We're all right here on the even playing field, man. Yep. And we all live behind that law, you know. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean that's just our toast, right? When we drink, so. and then you know, the oath. That's what he had. There you go. He has that on the inside of his vest, on his heart. You know, that's really like, you don't need all the other rules as long as you know that one. You know, really. You know, and it's that simple. So, but they're there because people need detail. Apparently, don't be.
And it makes sense. I'm trying to remember what, I believe it was the World Cup. Sorry, with COVID, everything's sort of blurring in together. But there was a giant tent, and I can't remember if it was Misfit Toys, or not Misfit Toys. I can't remember if it was the Misfits or if it was the MDP or if it was a collection of the two. But you guys had this giant tent, like front and center, or right near the stage and right near the bar. It was like all, and was that just for merchandising, or was that Misfits? I can't remember.
If you're talking about the last World Cup, that was Misfits, the team, but because like I said, 5, 6 of our order members, all the other order members were over there hanging out. And then also one of the order members brought a youth paintball team in, and I had him go to them and get pictures and autographs with the whole team. And, just
Right.
stuff. Yeah. So yeah, there's, the Pirates collect. That's how it works. They get to an area and they collect. Same thing happens in Sturgis. That's another event we got coming up.
Take everything, give nothing back, but not. Anyway. So, I had a thought and I lost it. Can you tell I'm a pro?
Hey, it happens to the best of us.
All right. So I've been asking a lot of questions because I've had some conceptions, like the fact that there was 2 organizations and you guys said, no, it's one organization. It's just 2 separate logos for the fun of it. Yeah. But is there anything out there that you guys would like to clarify, or is there anything I haven't mentioned that you think it's important for people to know? Like, have I missed some key elements or anything like that? What do you think, Hanu?
No, I mean, the guys explained it pretty good. I mean, I always kind of just look at it when I explain it to people is right now there's 300 something people all on their own separate little journeys in life and personalities and what they're trying to accomplish in life. And yet it all somehow blends together with this group, no matter what their goals or where they are in life and what their current situation is. There's something that kind of draws all these people together. And it's an immediate thing. It's just such a cool, immediate connection. And it's one of the coolest things you can see.
Awesome. Now, everybody's in the industry. I shouldn't say everybody's in the industry, but a lot of MD people are in the industry. Does NDP have, say, sponsorships or anything like that? Or is that sort of stuff completely avoided?
Well, not so much sponsorships, but we do, like for the order members, we do what we call a grassroots marketing system, where we have retail partners such as Dye, CPX, Inception. I can't go down. Valken. We got so many companies, and not just paintball, outside of paintball as well, that provide us discounts to the order members. That's one of the things I think is funny is where people say, I can't afford to join or blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, you can afford a brand new paintball gun. And if you would have bought an M3 with your order member discount, it would have paid for your lifetime membership, what you would have paid retail for the gun. So, hey, rock and roll, you do you. Whatever. Because honestly, I don't sell this thing. I don't. If you want it, it's here, and that's what it's here for. It's not a. Yeah, we have to do stuff for money because that's just how the world works.
Right.
But this is not a money thing. This is a real life people thing. All the fun shit that we have to wear, that we get to make, and all that. It's awesome. But it's really the people and the actions that it comes down to. And
that's awesome. And I just wanted to make sure that was clarified. Weez, what are you doing?
Hey, talk about making stuff, man.
Yeah, he's got that badass pool light. I'm jealous.
Modern day pirates with a 315. So, to Billy's point, shit, man, that's what it is. It's not about, the money side of it. I mean, fuck, dude. Pardon my French. I got a pillow with my crew logo on it. Man, it's really what you make it, dude. And if you look back on it, the money is not the issue. To Billy's point, it doesn't cost a lot, man. It's not about that. But what you get out of it, you can't put into words, man. I can't sit here and just tell you you're going to get everything you want. But what I can tell you is where your life's at today will be completely different tomorrow.
See, and I want you guys to understand 2 things. First of all, I already know the answers to a lot of the questions that I'm giving you. They're just things that I've heard. Yeah. And I want to make sure that, because this is not for me, but this is for everyone. And I want everybody to be able to get to know you guys and get to feel who you guys are. So that's number 1. And number 2, I really am that broke.
No,
the automag that I bought is $40 from a pawn shop.
It's their thing, really, 100%. It's your thing. Where anybody's at with anything, that's your thing.
Yeah, no.
I got my own problems.
I
Yeah.
definitely got mine right now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's the connection with guys. I like, for example, I just moved, and pirates to where I was moving took it upon themselves to, how can we help? One of them came in, made sure the house was all ready to go, put rum in the fridge for me, and they had a housewarming present waiting for me. And another pirate from the area, like the second day we were here, hey, come with us, and took us around, and this bar's cool, this restaurant's good, this is a mechanic that won't screw you, stuff that would take you by yourself a year to put all that together at best. And in one afternoon, I know where to get the best Chinese food. The here's where the Ace Hardware is. Here's the mechanic. The stuff that you really need to find out. And it's just, and no asking of them, no anything like that. Just simply they wanted to help you because you're one of the pirates. We got another pirate, Boogie, who I'm going to go see to borrow a drill from, and things like that. Just like, it's just so cool that as soon as you show up, it doesn't matter that you guys haven't hung out every single day of your life. They know you're legit. Billy used to use the expression, I could sleep on their couch and I know they won't sell my kidneys. And it was like this old joke, but it's a great joke. You have an immediate trust with somebody that you may never have met before, because if they're in the order, they're legit.
I did, Hanu, dude, ditto. I mean, you nailed it, dude. And when I said, my door's always been open and I've had multiple people stay here, I've had people I've never met, never talked to, except for maybe a couple IMs, and they're coming through town. They need a place to stay. Some of the best people I ever met, man.
And also understand, it's understood in the order that no one's required to do anything. Just because you become an order member, you might go crash somebody else's couch, but when someone's in your area and you don't know them and you don't want to have them on your couch, you do not have to let them on your fucking couch. Just be honest with yourself and be honest with us. That's all we're asking, Yep. That's simple,
Straight from the heart, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I've asked all the questions that I need to ask, or that I really wanted to ask, and we covered it off, and it's been great so far. Is there anything that you guys want to plug while you're on? Like, so any guys got any events coming up? I know, Hano, you've got a couple events coming up, so by all means, feel free to plug away. But Truck, Wheeze, after Hanu is done, is there anything you guys want to bring up? Please do. I mean, I'm here to help you guys as much as I can. So,
we got Dreaded Legends coming up in Myrtle Beach, June 19th, 20th, 21st. Great fun field, pirate themed game. Myrtle Beach, if you've never been there, is absolutely just a riot. There's a ton of stuff to do. We're gonna have this great get together on Saturday night. After that, we've got Endless Legends coming up, but that's not until October. And then the next real big one after that is we're going back to Hawaii. And that one's an easy sell to everybody. Everybody wants to go. It's a matter of whether you can, and we get that, and we try to make it as reasonable as possible because it's absolutely worth it. Trucker went with me last time out there, and we had a blast. We went spearfishing and rode motorcycles through this really windy, crazy road, the road to Hana, and just awesome adventures. And that's what I get out of this. The most out of this thing is these great epic adventures that people would always want to do and might not make the move to do it because either they don't have anybody to go with or they can't talk their friends into it. There's always somebody up for an adventure with MDP. No matter what crazy idea you come up with, there's at least one other person who's like, yep, I'm in, let's do it.
awesome.
This thing is definitely pushing people out of their comfort zone and had them try some new stuff. And most of the time it's worked out well for them.
Yeah.
Keyword being most.
Hey, why?
We'll count to 10. We're good.
I'm still waiting for somebody to go wing walking.
Right?
That's what I want to do, man.
I don't know if I'm aerodynamic enough for that.
I've always been a adrenaline junkie. Always want to do a lot of crazy stuff, dude. But to me, wing walking is crazy, and that's going to be out of my comfort zone. But I'm willing to do it. So who wants to do it with me?
Can you actually do wing walking at this point?
Yes, you can. $700. $700 to $1,000. Sorry, Amy.
And you've got to shoot though, right?
tattoo.
But you've got to shoot though, right?
No,
You got to.
no, hell no. Balls to the wall, brother. Have you learned me by now, Steve?
Well, I get that, but I'm just sort of thinking like how great it would be just to walk out onto the thing and then just go and let go.
They put a tether on you, so I figured I'd just jump off, dude, and just hang out in the back and just freaking dangle, dude, and let them figure it out.
I was about to say, so they put you on a bungee cord, so when they land, it's like,
right? Knock some sense into me.
Well, hell, if there's a bungee cord and you can't technically fall off, but you want to walk on the wing, if I ever find the cash, I'll do that. I have no problem with that.
Nice.
I'm probably the craziest sober person you've ever met in your life.
There you go.
That's the honest truth. That's about the only only area where I wouldn't fit in too much with NDP is I'm really not much of a drinker. I haven't been drunk since 1991.
This is Watcher.
Oda.
I don't drink much anymore. I'll have a couple beers here and there, but I've definitely drank my fill. There's no doubt about it.
Water tonight.
So,
Nice.
Wheeze, is there anything that you coming up that you want to plug?
So the cancer benefit. So I've been Cox with the cancer benefit. With the COVID-19 thing, it's been crazy. We've had to move it out. But I think we settled on a date, September 19th, I believe. I like the shirt, OG Ironman.
Yeah. I wonder who gave it to me.
Yeah. The OGs will be helping to represent that event, the cancer benefit. The Kraken Crew 315 NDP will be there as well to help out and support that. So we will be there. The date's been announced. The venue is still up in the air. I think there's been where it's going to go, but it's not up to me to announce that. But that's coming up. And then, unfortunately, the Special Olympics, which is something that the 315 does every year, that's got canceled because of COVID-19. So we're missing out on that. But that's pretty much everything we got going on right now.
Well, if possible, I'm going to do my best to be in California for that because I keep promising Richard Wilcox, if I can make it there, I will go out and I will be one of the celebrity targets. So
That'd be awesome. Yeah, and I've been talking to Andy with the Ellie Remember Foundation. Hopefully, I'll be out there for the second annual event. So, which is in July in Colorado, right?
Yes, July 11th. I'm hopefully going to be there. It all depends if they unlock the borders. That's the main thing that's keeping me right now from making that is whether the borders or not. Andy and I have been talking though. So
yeah,
it looks like there's a glitch that if you are going for business reasons, and because I am the director of public relations for the Ali Remembered Foundation, because of that glitch, I may be able to, no, this is a business thing. So anything I can do to say to hell with the government, I'm going to. But yeah, and Truck, you got anything coming up in the near future you want to let people know about?
Well, MDP has annual gatherings. Like we said, last year was Vegas. This year it's Sturgis in Sturgis, South Dakota, August 7th through the 15th. We're staying in the Rapid City area, but we're going to have an itinerary up. So if you want to join us on any rides, hikes, museum walks, casino trips, all the other fun shit we're going to be doing out there, people will be more than welcome to jump in. I don't know about accommodations at this point, but who knows? With all this COVID shit, I'm sure there's been a bunch of cancellations. So Sturgis is in the surrounding area is absolutely beautiful. You don't have to be a motorcycle rider. You can go out there, rent a convertible. You can just drive, walk, hike. There's wildlife. There's natural history, U.S. history. It's just rich in entertainment. There's no way around it. It's beautiful. So yeah, if you can make it, I suggest it. We'll be there. So yeah, it's going to be good. And then the following year, 2021, our annual is in Mardi Gras. So only 6 months after. Yeah. And that should be a horrible fucking time. So no one's invited to that. There's going to be enough people there. Right?
I have always wanted to see Mardi Gras.
It's not a bad.
Speaking of Gandalf, look who's poking his head in.
There he is.
Wilcox.
Hey,
Hey, Wilcox. By
What's
the
up,
way,
Wilton?
we mentioned your charity event, my friend. So no need to plug it. Weeze has got your back.
Yeah. Then we probably should put it out there. You want to find MDP online, Facebook. It's just Modern Day Pirates. We have a fan page or just a support page. Then we also have mdpcrew.com. That's how you get to our website to find out more about us. And then if you want to buy any support gear, the only thing we have is a couple t-shirts at deviousOnes.com. And that's a t-shirt company I'm one of the partners on. So, yeah.
Well, if you guys get the chance, don't hesitate to post that up on my Facebook group, and I'll happily we'll include it in the links and stuff after the fact. And so, yeah.
Right on.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, I think I've covered everything, unless there's anything that you guys want to bring up. I think we've pretty much run the course. I know everybody's a little bit busy tonight too. So is there anything that you guys want to bring up at all?
Yeah, the one thing that I would like to mention is with us having that fan page on Facebook, if there's people who are interested in playing paintball, because we also do the Play Like Kevin, one of our founding members, actually the hat I'm wearing, I got it from him. He died last year in October of cancer, 42 years old, but phenomenal paintball player. We're doing free clinics and stuff, but it doesn't just have to be paintball. If you want to learn to fish, hunt, ride motorcycles, play paintball, have a good time, reach out to us on our Facebook page and we'll put you with an order member in your area. And if we don't have anybody in your area, we'll at least give you a friend and someone who can mentor you through video, whatever, telephone, whatever it takes, right? And yeah, just to help you have more fun with what you're trying to do in life. Yeah.
Awesome.
It. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much all for joining me. I know this is a little bit of a last minute throw together thing, which is pretty much par for the course for my podcast, as Dave well knows. Yeah, I had plans and it went up and I was like, you know what? I really wanted to talk about the NDP. So I'm glad you guys were able to make time for me and make this show happen. So thank you all so much. I do appreciate it.
Appreciate you doing it, man.
yeah, thanks, dude.
Much love.
All right. Well, I think I am going to shut her down now. Yeah. So I hope you all have a great evening. Play with passion, everybody, and keep your paint dry.
Right on, brother. Thank you.
Bye.
Take it easy.